has a good performance on this map. We could be seeing 9-6 going on the scoreline. From there, whoever wins the second pistol, that dictates the pace. Problem is, though, Endpoint, right? We just saw them play versus CX in another online league. And they weren't very good on their first initial T side.
Yeah, the initial T side really where they fell short, and that's where all the comeback potential really sprouted from. A very glowing light there, but either way, map things aside, it is going to be us going live into this one. Endpoint on that CT side, Fish123 over on the T side, digging Fish's logo. Really behind that. That's a great.
Oh wow, that's neat.
That's a great logo. Mighty Max looking for that first duel, however, on towards Robin. Doesn't quite connect the shots, and that's going to mean both of these players fall back in their own little regard. Robin will start to creep on forward, though, as Fish123 charging out on towards the A side, all sprouting from long, and they have full control. PT very quickly getting met by Kiko, spamming with the USB. Will find himself one Roma, quick on the trade. Slicky pushing further forward now forward as T side. Yet there's another in the back of the net as Luzza is going to fall in the process, leaving us to a 4 versus 3, a bomb to tick. Ezio and Mighty Max both trying to make this retake happen, but Roma still just doing so much with this USB.
Fast A play definitely goes in favour so far for Fish123. Oh my god.
That's one way to make some money. Robin, first round, back to Azimi.
This might be a fast one. This might be a fast one. I mean, Endpoint there. They had no one facing towards mid. Very, very slow start for Endpoint. Looking a bit sluggish. You've played 85, 84 rounds of overpass. It's going to be very difficult for Endpoint to stay in this game because they're playing versus a very different opponent. Fish123, they're not going to play like CEX. They're not going to be quote-unquote aim stars. They're not going to be the same sort of force on their T side. CX's T sides aren't going to be, you know, okay, Fish123, they're going to play slow, they're going to play steady. They're not going to make sloppy mistakes. They're not going to push unnecessarily, and they're going to be very good at trading frags. CX on the T side played very fast, played very aggressive versus Endpoint. And the question is, how are they going to adjust to this new opponent?
Well, we certainly are well and truly on our way to find out. One round up, of course, for Fish123 now. Continuing to really just almost murmur their way forward as it is very, very slow from them, but a nice and, well, pretty much careful and safe approach. We try and roll them all into one little word, as Ezio is going to be the man to really hold off this B site, but aside from that, there's no one else left to support him. These SMGs will look to make some money. The rifles as well will just look to find those headshots. And hopefully we can see a couple rounds for the Fish123 side. They should just be able to double up and get themselves 2-0. Ezio is going to peek out. Does a bit of damage, but nothing really too crazy. Just dropping Sliggy to 77 HP. As it is going to be Fish123 to wipe the board off this B site and get themselves that bomb plant.
Very hard now for the CT's Endpoint to retake the B bomb site. Pistols. Might even go for a save here. Keep your armor, keep your CZs and 5.7s. Bring them into the next round. As the CT side, you still get the money loss bonus even if you do lose. Sorry, not lose. Even if you don't die. So that means they will still get their 1.9k cash investment. Doesn't really matter if they stay alive or die after time. Fish123, 5 players alive. The 1 kill on Sliggy's SMG means that money is slowly being brought up. Money slowly building for the side of Fish123 going into the next round, which will, you know, again, we could be seeing another stack here from Imi. Is he going to go towards B? Fish123 went B last time. Does he anticipate them to make the same play? Or is he going to go for the stack again towards A and just play the 50-50 card?
Certainly two very distinct choices to make, and I think it doesn't leave things very open-ended for an IGO in this situation, but at the end of the day, you got to do what you got to do. And also, you've got to understand in these rounds, it's always going to be incredibly difficult for you to have an impact, but the perk they've got is they were able to carry through that Kevlar and such, which gives them that kind of added impact, at least, if they do find themselves in an early frag, perhaps find a rifle here and there and throw it into their hands. Oh, so far, Fish123, yet again, very slow, very precautious in the way they clear out these angles. They get the fights long range, they use the UMPs, they get those headshots. They try and play off the fact that most of these guys don't have any Kevlar, which just allows the UMP to mow them down even easier than already would with the Kevlar. Just allowing it to be that nice and smooth 3-0. So far, just the one. Well, we can quickly imagine that to be converted to a few more as this B-site push begins to really set itself to turn.
Luzza and Max playing towards connector. They want to have their close range duels with those CZs and P250s. Very hard to get anything done with the pistols towards A long or, you know, on the A bomb site. Now, Luzza trying to catch a play from behind, whiffs those shots and does fall. It's looking like another clean round here for Fish123. If they can keep their 5 players alive going to the first buy round, we might be seeing these 2 UMPs save. Fast B play, maybe control of connector, go for a B split through, be short. Okay, seen crazy things that he's done with that pistol. But yeah, it's looking like nice and clean round here. I'll just say that key to this full. Just 1 death here for the T side means the money is still gonna be even stronger for Fish123. Observe if you can bring up the scoreboard. Yeah, wow, 7.6k onto Sliggy, and these players are going to get 3.4k as well once the round ends. So we're going to be seeing 6,000 on multiple players. Sliggy can easily buy the AWP, but then again, do they want to save the 3 rifles, go for the SMG? Eventually kills him. Now the buy coming in, it's going to be interesting. Do they save onto the SMG? Do they try and make Sliggy go towards connector, maybe go towards B, play the close range angles? Or are they going to drop that, scrap that? No, it's looking like 4 AKs and 1 SMG. No AWP on the T side, could be seeing fast play here, or very methodical, slow, flashing angles, smoke execute potentially towards A or B. The AWP on Lazar now, going for very passive hold there, towards stairs, in case anyone goes towards party. Still Sliggy leading the charge with the SMG. If you can find an opening here, they could be seeing Fish123 prancing off of that.
And of course they will go step by step further forward. Sliggy get a find that first frag on towards Immy. And that sets Fish up now to really be able to make a play off the back of that, as you so dearly mentioned. Max, of course, the man to try and find that return trade. And, well, he's going to present a bit of a platter here. Will it actually pull him through the Keita? A bit of a blunder for him. And that knits it back to a 4 versus 4. A situation for the CT side that they're more than happy to run on through with, for the most part, falling back, but Lazar wants to stick it. He feels confident. He goes, you know what, he is going to reface this, and so he does. Roma going to give himself up for the AWP. A flash is going to get thrown by Ezio. That sets him just another, and they are destroying Fish123 on this push towards the B side. Textbook CS from the CG side. Endpoint, they get themselves around to play with.
Nice and easy there. Fish123, a bit of a iffy push there. Robin going first, dying to Ezio. Good counter flash comes in for the CT side. Halts the push from the B short area. There we go. Going to be going into the second buy round of the first half. M4 now onto Ezio, not the Famas, and the AWP now on Sliggy. Potentially you could be seeing a very different playstyle here now with Fish123, now that Sliggy's on the AWP. When I watched him play earlier on this week, he just simply held towards Monster, yeah, like he is now. Plays very, very passive. Wants to try and catch the CTs off guard if they go for any pushes. That smoke will land front of toilets. Allow the T's to slowly take control of party by looking at the first frag as he sprays down to the left. Not with the trade. I'll make it a 4 versus 4. No way does he land. Oh.
The jump will come on through, but a shot not to be found. Sliggy is going to be going for the wallbang. Doesn't really change too much in the grand scheme of things, though, as Ezio is going to be there to pin down Monster if this push does come in. Allowing Endpoint to have to fall back, sit themselves up yet again with that passive hold. Meanwhile, Fish123 work their cards out now, kind of going, okay, where's our opening? As they are all stacked towards this B side. Another re-smoke to come in. That's a nice Sliggy yet again in the opportunity. Spraying to them, playing towards sandbags, of course. Ezio closer and closer as the seconds go on by. This is such a good angle for him to face as well. If he gets his timing on, he can get them both down. Only going to find one. Robin going to pop off towards Barrows as well, destroying Immy from that angle. Smokes off short. And this actually nets himself a bomb plant here in a very difficult situation for Endpoint. This quickly spiraled on through. Lazar, the man from above.
He holds there a lot, actually.
There's only so much you can do from that position, though.
Well, this is the thing that I actually find quite, not strange, but different from Lazar's AWP. I'll talk about it after the round. But you can see how slow they've played. So, yeah. So what I was saying was, when I watched Lazar's AWP on the retake towards B on overpass, even if Heaven is smoked, he will stand in front of the smoke and just hold. He won't go towards lower. He won't try and throw counter flashes, you know, for his teammate or whatever, or try and set up a retake. Even though it's smoked off, you can still chuck a molly through there onto site, flash through, go lower, support the team that way. He simply holds the smoke, waits for it to fade, and tries to catch the T players in the middle of sight as they don't anticipate the smoke fading. It worked versus CEX, worked versus Scum. Is it going to work versus a team like Fish123 that are going to get caught off guard by, you know, smokes dissipating like that? Guess we'll find out, but I highly doubt it. Still, going to be the next buy round here. The money on Endpoint side is still strong. Remember, they had 5 players stay alive after they did win the... Oh, sorry, 4 players stay alive after they won the initial round. As you're playing very well towards B, but still. Once again, B play, Slippy with the AWP, holding Monster. Same mod for Fish123. Seems to get a bit stale. They go so heavy towards B bomb site. Very rarely do they go towards A. But still going for that passive default. Slowly taking control of toilets. And Max now forced to push out from the Molotov. But actually, Roma not watching anything. Has the nade in hand. Keita with the trade frag towards Max. Still, the bomb is towards Party.
And the bomb being dropped there certainly will allow Keita to at least go pick that one up, but it does put Fish123 now yet again in a bit of a predicament. Just look at their HP, 50, 17, 79 and 79. Both T-Sac and Keita doubling up on that amount. It's a very awkward situation for them to have to worm their way out of. With 55 seconds on the clock, they are going to have to try and construct something out of this deck though. Because at the end of the day, they need these rounds. They want to build up into this one nice and fast. They realize that that's the best way to dismantle Endpoint. Is quick play.
Once again, Robin alone towards B, while the rest of his team slowly works the rest of the map. 2 players up long on the bomb, taking control of long. Robin now has a smoke, can smoke towards heaven, and try and make a fake, and actually Sliggy there. Trying to catch him off guard with a jump peek.
T-Sac still searching ever so dearly for Laza. He missed a crucial shot at the start of the round. Only able to find that tag on towards Sliggy, I believe, and then couldn't quite get the second one either. But let's see if it's time to shine. It's going to be now. It's going to be an early spray down coming in from Mimi. We'll find one in the process, but T-Sac going to pop up a double kill for him. Trading the blows backwards and forwards, securing that bomb plant within just the nick of time. As now Endpoint have to pull off a 2 versus 3 retake, but on players that are all excruciatingly low. Looking at T-Sac on just 11, Keita on just 10. These players can be deleted from existence within just a quick buckshot of any of these rifles. As now that bomb is going to continually tick. Ezio and PT going to begin to creep on forward, but these are headshot angles. Keita going to be covering his head there as well. T-Sac is going to face though very crazily. Ezio going to get the frag one by one. All on towards Robin, a player that can tap long range, a player that can make this work. He finds himself one, looks for a second, but PT, ever so crisp, will punish him and will stick that defuse with just the nick of time yet again. It's Endpoint playing it off.
They had no business to win that round. The retake there going in favor of Endpoint, I did not anticipate that, especially the way the T's were set up towards toilets, 1 player on site, fast rotations come in, swarm that bomb site. Even Robin saying nice shot. How often do you see Robin say nice things in chat, right?
It's a rarity.
Exactly, he just put nice PT, nice shot. I mean, it's not even sarcasm, because a lot of the times, you know, I just like that approach. Trying to get aggressive towards B, shot will net. Ian, only 24 HP, Laza now towards toilets. Close range angle gets smoked off. This is the thing, this is the difference between Fish123 and CEX, right? For Laza, you're not going to find one-off picks like as easy as it was versus CEX. It's going to be a lot harder. Fish123, more experience on this side. They're not going to give away those easy early frags.
My concern there is that if Endpoint can't quite produce that same CD-sidedness they found in that previous series, then what happens to them now? Because their T-side was pretty damn tough for them. They really struggled to close matches out. That's why they played 90 rounds on this map after all, bear in mind. Which really does paint a pretty odd picture for the Endpoint side. 2 to 4 scoreline, a very important round for them in terms of dictating if there's going to be that comeback or their economy being left in the gutters. Just for now, with 45 seconds on the clock, Fish very, very slow in approach. Yet again, they're looking to really creep on up to the site. It's all about checking every single angle, seem to work their presence. Saying, okay, are they going to face us one by one? Are they going to give us something that pops us on towards this B site? The answer so far is no. It may well be a triple stack, but they're holding so close to these walls. They do not want to face.
Now the smokes will come in. Laza jump spotting towards short. The problem for Max is he has 4 nades, but Laza can't get any help with them. Maybe flashes, but that's about all. As the bomb is going towards B.
So what a fake for Endpoint is going to peek on out PT and Ezio both combining. Ezio flicking back towards shot as well. A great little read from him to really realize that that is the bulk of the situation. As now with 8 seconds or so rolling on through the clock, T-side realize they're a little bit done. Endpoint will get themselves another round to play with, and it's going to be a 3 to 4 scoreline. Really beginning to whittle down that gap between these two teams and proving that Endpoint on their CT side when they're on the buys can still contest.
Yeah, the problem for Endpoint though is it's their CT side which is their strong suit. Right. Already Fish123 4 rounds. If Fish123 can get to 7 here, make it 7-8 in favor of the CT side, if they can win their pistol, right, on their CT side, that's when it becomes a real challenge for Endpoint. That's when we're going to see players tested to the max. And see how deep this roster can go.
Quick nade, a quick Molotov, all going to be all in a slowing mission towards Endpoint side. It is going to be a quick 1-for-1 trade, but Roma going to come out on top. Another one tap on towards Imi. Roma running riot on this B site now. It is going to be Max to deny the bomb plant now, and that's going to be huge for the CT side, as they can throw Molotov down and reflex, and that buys so much time for Endpoint to get themselves into position.
Last as well. Last alive. Towards heaven again. He smokes off and he just holds it. Just holding the smoke, and now he's left in this position where it's like, you know, 1 versus 3, lowest smoked off. Keith has no business right now to face. All he has to do is run back towards short. That smoke makes it very difficult now. This is the thing. These Fish123 players, they're not going to give away frags like before. You can stand here and look at smokes all day. You're not going to find the frags as easy as you did versus CX. And this is another thing with Luz and the rotations on the CT side. You've got to be... Max is towards short. Look at the nades. He has 2 flashbangs, right? Where were the flashes for Max there towards short? Where were the smoke you... It's just... You've got to have more impact, surely.
Lazza rocking the narrative of being the last player alive yet again.
Well, the thing is, when we first started cussing Lazza, he was last alive a lot, and I didn't want to harp on it anymore, right? Because he proved me wrong at LAN. He played sick. Fair play, yeah. And since then, he's played very, very well. It's just on overpass. This is the only time now where it does trigger me a little bit, just staring into a smoke with all your flashbangs and utility. Just use them or go towards lower, boost your teammate up lower, go for a boost, Molotov off site. I mean, you saw how late that molly towards site was.
The thing is, it's not unjustified. It's not ranting on a player for no apparent reason, which is why I think everyone can stand behind you on your thought process, because it is fair enough. He's a sick player, but it's more the frustration behind him not playing to his full potential.
Yeah, it's only that one position, right? Rest of it is perfect. PT. Change it. Ooh. After you, mate.
It's all good. It's all good. Headshot for him though. That's always nice. Takes down Robin. Nets that advantage.
Does indeed. 1-man lead though. PT getting aggressive now towards Monster. Ezio and Co played so passive towards B. This round they go for the change. Sliggy jumps up, holding to see if Lazza will overface, but very easy angle here for him. But Roma, you saw what he did in the previous round there. Those 3 entries towards B. Can he get a nice headshot onto Lazza, or Lazza have the angle too early?
Problem with Lazza's situation right now actually is, unfortunately for him, it kind of come back to that barreling orb, is that he's holding tight. A single flashbang here can cause Roma to get that push and take him down. Yeah. So it's all about the utility for this T-side now. A rifle is going to be spotted. This should be a frag for Lazza. Finds himself 1, but he re-peeks for a second. Don't double dip there. As now Mighty Max is kind of secures inside of toilets, allowing that short presence to be shut on down. And all in from long is all Fish can now do. A UMP of Imi is enough to take down Kita. That drops the bomb. 25 seconds on the clock. Sliggy, run for the hills, mate. You're in a 1 versus 4.
Yep. Preferably as well die before the time runs out. Fish123 going to be reset here. Still, Sliggy.
Excruciatingly close now as he tries to survive. Peeks on out in towards Ezio. As a nightmare he does not want to relive. He will fall short. Endpoint 4-5 now, really getting it right down to the wire. And the perk for them now, well, it's almost certainly going to go 5-5. Fish123, they're not quite scum. They don't pull off unbelievable rounds of pistols. It should just be a flat eco from them that is wiped away clean. A bomb plant, perhaps the maximum reality for Fish.
Yep. Thing is, though, they will have the buy into the... Oh, they've actually forced this one now. Suddenly they've got 5 sets of armor. Okay,
just a split second of buy time left, and they went, you know what? Kevlar, boys, let's go.
I think Robin bought, and then I think maybe he misunderstood what's going on about Ian me. Someone force back has all the information. This is going to be a very hard round now for Fish123 to win, especially after the CT side has control of connector. T-Sac, or as the Greeks say, Shaq.
Which one are we going for? I thought it's been on my mind.
Well,
I've heard Shaq, then you was like T-Sac yesterday, and now I feel like I have to go with T-Sac, but I don't know.
Yeah, but
I love the pronunciation of Shaq though, so it's always a bit, you know.
I don't know. I've never heard any of the players actually refer to him as T-Sac or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. Perhaps he can correct it for us one day, but I don't think that's going to be the big priority in this matchup. I think what is is that, as you mentioned, Fish123 completely have been read by book now by Endpoint. They know what's going on. They have the information. There's Tech 9s and such. They're going to know that this is more than likely going to be that force up off the back of everyone having a Tech 9. Which in Endpoint, they're going to pull distance. They're going to file ranked on these guys. They're going to get themselves ready with their anti-flashes. They're going to play much more well held together. And that's exactly what they're doing. The Tech 9s try and wrap on through. They'll get themselves one in the process, but one is not quite enough here.
One man advantage for the GT side. Lazar rotating in now, playing aggressive, trying to get them kill here with his AWP. Pulls out the pistol. Gets a shot down to Robin. He traded out, but low HP onto T-Sac. One bullet from these M4s will take him down. Playing close towards the stairs. For a minute then.
There certainly was a bit of a reality flashing before your eyes that said that he could have made that one work, but it isn't the case. Endpoint, 5-5.
So bomb does go down. Doesn't really net enough money though for the T's to buy. Fish123. I mean, okay, this is the reason they went for the force buy, okay? If they win that round, they reset the money of Endpoint, and that's when they're in the commanding lead again. Fish123, they're going to go for the quasi buy. Tech 9 armor, 4,000 there on T-Sec, so he can actually drop over the AWP to Sliggy if they want to keep playing with it. But the way they're playing, I don't think the AWP is actually too, utilised to its full potential. As Lazarus flashed off his versus an eco.
Yeah, talking of AWP, very aggressive position there for the AWP. That's the side. Money Max as well, similar sort of narrative for him. Way too close and personal for an M4. Lazar gonna have to do so much work now on towards short. Meanwhile, Fish123 having second thoughts about just barreling down and walking into a known angle for an AWP. Instead, they're thinking things through.
So, facing towards mid, what Lazar did there was actually the right play. Obviously, it's much better with an M4, but I think Lazar may have had the best spawn, which makes it a bit safer. If Lazar may have had a worse spawn, might have seen Max do it instead. Peek towards mid with your rifle. If you know you're versus pistols, you have the long range advantage. Speaking about long range, it's about to get close quarters.
DT gonna find himself one. Ezio just another hit. Tries to go in with a big spray down. That will transfer as Ezio picks up a cute little triple kill for him. Gonna be happy as anything. As it's 6-5 Endpoint, they have got that commanding lead, but it can quickly be distinguished by the Fish123 side as they look to strike on back.
Robin just doesn't let it sleep, does he? Well, anyway, 6-5, 1 round lead in favour of Endpoint, and Endpoint, if they want to shut up Robin, prove it in rounds. Lock him down, shut him up. A to B, we'll find the first one to Robin again. Oh, he's not going to like that one.
Yeah, dynamic little play there from Lazar as well. Very smart stuff. Ezio going to be caught with his pants down though, and that's not good at all. That's a biting point for this T-side. They've got on pushing on through Sliggy. A double kill for him. T-Sac gets that initial one, and this is really painting up to be a very strong round from the Fish123 side. 3 versus 2. They're on the site. Mighty Max trying to respond from short. Backstabs on towards Sliggy. T-Sac back at it again with the trade though.
They can go A.
And they're just going to run up towards A. A very smart decision from them to run on through. Emmy, 12 HP, full utility, has the kit, has the M4. Pretty much fresh out of spawn.
Thing is, they didn't really have the opportunity to use his utility. Coming from behind, if you use your mollies, flashes and whatnot, you're gonna tell where you are, and that's when the flank doesn't really have much impact. Emmy, unfortunately for him, when you're in a 1 versus 2 and you don't know where they're going, you sort of have to gamble. You have to take the choice of which side do I go to. Emmy thought he was going to be double faked, I imagine, or maybe there's just the clear fact that he was low HP. He went for a save. Can we take a look at the money, please? Observer. So why is he saving? If he saves his rifle, he can drop over an M4 to Max, buy himself a gun. PT can drop over an M4 to Ezio. Lazar can buy the op. So him saving means all rifles for his teammates. It's very important he does save there, and that's actually a very good split second decision. A lot of players there would have, gone for that 1 versus 2 and not realised actually what happens into the next round. Lazar now going to get the AWP as well. Going to be interesting to see how he plays it. Went aggressive, got traded, and after he got traded, his teammates as well onto the B-bomb, so I can't really get much going. 6-6, Endpoint, if they don't take quick rounds here, this first half could end very badly for them, considering how shoddy would be the word I'd say for their T side.
Yeah.
But only versus CX, of course.
Only versus CX, but that's the kind of the data you've got to try and rally behind. Talking about kind of rallying for your troops, though, it is Fish123 clustered up towards their old faithful, the B site. It seems to be a very repetitious style from them in this matchup this evening. Of course, the 13th round, a crucial one. One where Sliggy can get away walking through smokes and picking up a double kill. Sliggy does. As Sliggy will, should we say. It is going to be Immy to nade him down, though. Molotov is going to fall in place while burning all over that site, allowing Immy to try and go for a bit more of a spray down as he punishes on towards Robin. How much does that really change? The answer, absolutely nothing. As at least Lazar, last man alive, 1 versus 3, back up towards his classic code, Heaven. We'll find one little wall bang on towards Roma though, and we'll drop a nade down as well on towards Pillar. That gives us an opportunity to really try and shut down that distance, but with an AWP, it's still going to be ever so tough. Needs to realise as a player to the left of him now, he's been completely off guard by Keita, and that will secure the round for this Tisa.
Again, Lazar rotating in with full utility. Unfortunately for him, he didn't have the time to use it. Got there a tiny bit, you know, second or two too late. Fish123, they found a lot of success towards this B bomb site. They found success as well towards A. The problem was for Fish123, the retakes from A went in the favour of Endpoint twice. The retakes towards B have definitely heavily favoured Fish123.
It's the way they take the sites as well, bear in mind. The way they have
Swarm
to take
the trades.
Well, on the A site, it's much more pick-based, right? It's much more
Exactly.
slow and kind of steady, whereas when they go on towards B, they just get frags and monster, and there's nothing Endpoint can do in the immediate response. You always see Lazar rotating in from Heaven. That's because he just physically can't get there to help.
Exactly.
The same sort of thing for Imi as well, so it actually works out so much better for Fish to go towards B, and that's why the retakes statistically always favour them. In this round, though, it's a very odd job from Endpoint. They're getting everything they can up.
They're going to go for the 4 spy? Okay.
Seem a bit dumbfounded by that. It's going to be a scout
if
towards
they
long range.
save this one, allow Fish to get 8, gives them a high chance to get onto 7. Then again, Emu knows a lot more about Counter-Strike than I do, so I trust in his call here.
Well,
Scout
hopefully
now.
it pays off.
Yeah, Scout now and Lazar. They do have kits, 3 kits. Flushes, 1 smoke, they're on PT, but Fish123, they play very, very slow. They're going to be anticipating playing versus pistols here. I think they expect Endpoint to do what I would have anticipated as well, which is go for the save. Instead, they might be caught off by this flashbang and this force fight.
Max taking a sweet amount of time to find the pick, but will do nonetheless. Roma going to try and force the issue, however, and will get the return, but not without taking a pretty hearty amount of damage. Deep longer range with a 5-7 continues just tapping mission. An escapade that certainly bears reward. Finds himself a double kill. Robin going to try and pop off in return, though tries to refill some hell of big shoes. But it doesn't really save anything too much at all. Instead, it just puts so much pressure on towards the shoulders of T-Sac. Picks up the bomb. Has to plant it eventually, bear in mind, with 10 seconds. This thought process from him is very, very ballsy.
Oh
now
God.
he's looking for the frag though. Pops them both out, but a very smart play from Endpoint. It's just a double stack and wait.
7-7. That's why Imi's an IGL and I'm a caster. 3.5 count Imi though. 3.4 count Lazar. Could be a scout again. I mean, they got a tag. A little bit of pistol damage, but not really too much. Give me the SMG. I like that. The scout isn't really too strong, just because of the way that Fish123 are playing right now. A scout, you want the T's to play a bit overzealous, a bit over-aggressive when they're playing versus the 4 spies. Instead, Fish123, they're not going to give you those opportunities to get tags. Robin towards B short again, along with Sliggy. Could go for a counter boost here, try and catch PT off guard.
Certainly could be a pretty fruitful boost, but at the same time, you always have to sort of raise concern as PT seemed like he was kind of clocked onto that and always keeping one eye dodged over to there. Of course, early days in this round, Fish looking for the importance behind this. They want themselves that one round advantage, and if they can get that and then get the pistol, that's the kind of reality you discussed so early into this matchup,
Exactly.
taking hold in the second half.
If Fish123 can win the pistol on their CT side, Endpoint could definitely be in a dire situation.
Fish, though, will look to plow on towards this B site now. When you look at the setup from Endpoint, 9 times out of 10, even with these 3 players there, Fish have always found a reason to cause them to separate.
Look how close they are to these pistols. They're going to go for a push.
This is very, very risky. They're making it work so far, though. It's going to be quick frags all across the board. A quad kill in total for Endpoint. Holy, there's some team play. Makes that round very, very easy, as you say. 8-7, favouring that Endpoint side. As now they go straight firing into what is going to be our second half of this first map.
Right, let's take a look at the scoreboard here. In terms of the rounds, you can see early on the pistol did go. Okay, I actually forgot who won the pistol. Fish123 won the pistol. If they win both these pistols here, that's when it's really dire situations right now. Who's fragging right now for Sliggy? When I casted Fish123 versus Imperial on Overpass and Cobblestone, Sliggy was at the bottom of the scoreboard. Good to see that he's actually revived his form. I believe it was the day after Epic Land, so probably a bit, bit hungover, a bit exhausted. But now, in form and prime. Hopefully Roma is too.
A raining train on towards this B site was what we were trying to hit her towards there. Rover can't quite find the needle in a haystack though, hitting not a single shot practically. Robin finally will land one though, enabling this retake to have some sort of credibility to it. Now he continues his push. It's going to be a quick drop down from Mighty Max. Very odd decision from him. Robin landing headshots left, right, and center, and continues the push. Imi now with work cut out for him. A 1 versus 4 push from all angles.
Ace.
Nothing he can do. It is going to be the ace of Robin. What incredible pistol round from this man tonight.
Do you know what I'm starting to think here, right? Robin doesn't play for a team, and it's quite, you know, well known why he doesn't play in a team and why he can't, right? Taz had that emotional interest into playing Astralis after Kirby made that tweet, right? I feel like Robin, when he's playing versus these teams, to try and get emotionally invested, to try and get himself into it, gives it in chat, likes to take it back as well, gets him riled up, gets him fired up, and makes him want to actually frag, makes him actually want to play well. Because for Robin, what does he gain from this?
And the answer is pretty little in the grand scheme of things. There's no progression there.
15k.
There is no career path. Robin needs to be doing some sweet work in this one. Some kills for him. Roma and Kita. UMPs as well, making it work, making some bank for the CT side. You see the last man remaining. Very, very rough situation for Endpoint.
It is. It really is. Endpoint on their team side. I mean, they've had half of that. They've had 40 rounds to practice their T-side overpass. So hopefully, we'll see it come together. No AWP though, that's a big thing. No AWP for Lazar. Going to be playing the rifle. 5 AKs coming out now for this side of Endpoint. Fish, 1, 2, 3. Going to be keeping the 4 SMGs. If they win this round, their money's going to be in such a strong position. Endpoint really going to be in a rut. They're going to be 2 rounds down. Going to have to be forced from eco. And the money on the Fish123 side is going to be so high. Very hard for Endpoint to break their money and the economy. They have all the information. They know it's going to be towards A.
I know full well what is coming, but the question is, can they still make it work? Because you do see a lot of these teams get the information and then still screw up around somehow. Something just doesn't go their way. You see a stray headshot land, a curveball in the corners. It is going to be Robin to find himself one, but a nice little trade from Lazar enables this T side to get themselves closer and closer towards that A side. But look at these rotates coming on in. For me, this actually hurts the Fish side. Yes, they're rotating over to the information they've got, but what's to stop Endpoint from just diving through connector?
Sliggy is that man. He knows if they're going to rotate towards B. He knows exactly if they're not going A. Kita towards the stop sign. Going to see no one there. Problem is the UMP is not the gun you want in the situation.
Angles to be checked. T-Sac really going to have to play off of his teammates here. They've done some early damage for him. Now it's his time to mop them all up. The answer is not close range. Lazar going to do the work. Kita still looking to be the thorn in their side from behind. Gets the individual duel on towards PT, but that bomb is going down. It's a 3 versus 3. These rifles out firepowering, out maneuvering this Fish side. But Sliggy, with the movement and aggression combined, combs them through and takes down Lazar.
Okay, got tag actually. Dinked up Sliggy with the SMG, going to push as well. He can actually kill Imi. If he gets the second kill as well onto Ezio, he's only on 28 HP.
He's chasing him down, blood hungry for this one. Ezio's still running, still trying to get the time. Jumping on around.
He's played that so well.
Sliggy though, man's got a kit. Wait, got to get a defuse.
Where did he get the kit from?
Picks it all up on the run. Within the nick of time, it will be a round on the board for Fish123.
So initially, in that 1 versus 1, he had no kit. As he's running towards toilet, he picked it up.
Yeah, picked it up from the player that fell in toilet, I believe.
Oh my goodness, that's so unfortunate that from Ezio played it perfect. Lazar played sick as well, had the 3 entries. Firepower both on the AK and the AWP. Very, very highly skilled individual player there on Lazar. Definitely showing into that round. The problem is though, there's no fruit from his merits. There's nothing that he gets back from it. As Fish123 take the round in the 1 versus 2 there from Sliggy. 2 round advantage for Fish123. Endpoint gonna go for the force buy. They know that the money is low. Fish123 had 1 player stay alive. They know the that the economic situation for the CT side could be broken by this round win. It just depends whether or not the CT side will give it up. And the AWP now on Robin. Playing towards B, holding Monster, similar to how we saw Lazar play that. The boost coming now towards stop sign. Could actually catch his place off guard. They're playing close towards toilets. I actually like the way they're playing this setup. The problem is though, you know, heavily is impacted by whether or not Endpoint actually go towards A, as they have 3 players there, but they're starting to rotate now towards B. I think they're starting to get an idea of what's about to happen.
It looks like they're really beginning to formulate a gist out of this round. Endpoint, you may have found yourselves read like a book, a scripted play beginning to formulate towards this B site as these Tech 9s kind of odd job mix, trying to charge on forward. Robin, the man from above, with that AWP to find himself not only one, but information on all of these players, still trying to find these tags, doing a bit more damage. Isn't able to connect the frag. They're so scared. The C-side now have to face him, and that's puts them in such an awkward position. As C-side kind of force them even further wide, and bit by bit, this CT side crush Endpoint. There is nothing they can do in this round. Ezio gonna have to pull through with the UMP. Finds himself a double kill, actually. Makes this one a little bit more contestable. Looks for the triple, but Roma will win that duel. Fish123, just another round in the bank to be deposited for them. 11-8 scoreline. Their money is going to really start to shape up to be something very, very strong. Something Tails has spoke of in comparison to Endpoint, who's sitting there going, okay, boys, we've got just enough to merit buying, but we're really kind of wavering the line now.
8-11 is the scoreline. Another buy. Thankfully, for the bomb plant, they're going to have 5 AKs. Decent utility on 2 players. The problem is, though, 3 of these players, I mean, Lazza got nothing. Ian, Imi got nothing. Max is a smoke. When you look at the CT utility, oh my goodness. Mollies on all of them, flashes, everything. Robin's rotated his up now from B towards A. And it's looking like those T's are getting a bit apprehensive now. They're going to push on party. Sliggy spotted. Robin's AWP might not have too much of an impact now. As you can see, those 2 players have gone from party. Slowly going to push towards toilets. Maybe even going to go down connector. We have Ezio, the backer connector, and now Lazza can help Ezio try to take control of connector, and they can go for a B split through B short.
That seems to be the game plan at this point. Endpoint, yet again, setting themselves up with a strategy. Could be a booster, but we're not even going to see that. Instead, it's going to be a standard. Just group up, go together, team play. The perk of this lineup. Imi, face on towards Roma. That's already a frag for them to toy with. Do get the trade, though. Money Max can be there to do the work, but oh, Kita going to be there to do so much damage on towards this T-side. Now they have control of the site, bear in mind.
That's what I wanted to see, the nades through the smoke, finally. That's the difference, right? You see the difference that causes.
So much damage now on towards Money Max, though. Well, look at 21 HP. Lazza is going to find the frag on towards Robin, and bit by bit, this is looking very, very good for this T-side, though. Those nades, yeah, they certainly play a part in it, but oh, what does it change? The Molotov to at least force T-Sack to be able to get that frag on towards Lazza, but Money Max on the trade yet again. That's such a big point for the T-side as PT crisp on towards Sliggy. Endpoint, 9-11.
Lazza, very big round from in there again. 2 entries towards B. Seems like he's definitely stepping up with the rifle into the second half, but that's what I wanted to see from Lazza when he rotates in from heaven, right? Instead of staring, scoped into a smoke heaven, molly the sight off of the pillar, chuck an HE nade, flash for your teammates, go towards CT and boost. Even though it didn't work out, it's just taking initiative and trying to aid your team as much as you can. Still though, 9-11 is the scoreline. Endpoint, if they lose this, they're going to be reset, and Lazza again with the rifle playing sick with the Kalashnikov. T-Sack on the Desert Eagle.
Oh, what a shot from him. Lazza will fall. A nice little trade for the TT side to work with. Pistols, of course, though, so you can't really read into anything for these guys, unfortunately. It's just scraping to see, okay, can you find anything? Can you do some damage here and there? Pick up a frag. Hey, why not? Kita, aggression from the backlines, though. That could be fruitful in the latter end of the round. Robin can try and have a bit of an impact, but also very likely to have his head blown off if he keeps on jumping like that, and that is going to be the case. PT deleting him.
Pete plucks Robin out of the sky. Max as well on the ball. Watches towards his flank, and Kita is taken down. Fairly clean round here from Endpoint. Ended that 1 big from T-Sack, changing things. As long as Fish123 don't get any more kills, Endpoint are going to be doing decent. Money's alright. 4 players staying alive.
What? What a flick from Max there. PT going to finish off T-Sack as well, and a bit of flair coming in from Mighty Max will shut down that round. Endpoint, for the most part, keeping it clean, as you mentioned. Yep. Scoreline starting to really elevate into play. If
they lose this one, they can still buy into the next one, so Fish123 going to have to chain together 2 rounds if they want to break the money of Endpoint. Still though, this is the buy. This is the round that Endpoint need if they want to get back, well, I say back, if they want to take control of this game and finally get in the lead and push past Fish123. Good nade there from T-Sack. Actually doesn't connect as much damage as I thought it would. Once again, default towards A. Endpoint, they typically like to go towards party, get control of toilets. We haven't seen them go towards A long. That's quite strange actually. Typically, or generally, you sort of change your default, right? Sometimes you go towards toilets, sometimes you go towards be short, sometimes you go towards long. But you change it up, you take control of different parts of the map, depending on where, you know, your caller deems necessary, wherever he thinks the most strategically important place to hold is.
For now, it's going to be some individual duels taken across the board. All of them relying on this short push now as they're completely blind, but they're pushing anyway. Rover going to spray them both out, aided by Kita. Robin as well towards barrels, and this is a bloodbath. The CT side doing all of the work. Imi, a 1 versus 3 now is all that he can try and pull off here. So difficult, but hey ho, he's making it work, the man himself. But at the end of the day, 2 players is enough to really tackle him towards the end of that one. T-Sec will find the frag at 12-10. Fish123. What are you so
Fish123 or what?
what are you so happy about?
Just love the, you know, your facial expressions while you cast. You really get involved.
I'm just having a good time.
Oh, we should get cameras on us for recast. That'd be brilliant.
They do have cameras. They record actually.
Why
so
don't
we can use it for replays.
That'll be sick. Next week, 7 PM Tuesday. Anyway, Robin going to send 3-4 potentially players towards.
So much damage.
Their grave. Yeah, instead there's only 2. 1 player did burn alive. Luz on the AK. He's actually played so well with the AK so far. He's on 6 frags first half, already on 13, 7 kills in the space of.
Oh,
Max
Max
for the boost.
Waiting for that. That's so smart from him just to really clock onto that coming his way.
Still though, there are a man disadvantage even though Max is between the initiative there to get frag. Robin has control of Monster. They're pinned in towards B short. It's looking, well, did they force this one? Yes, they did. Wow. So, Endpoint lose this. Fish123 will get to 13. Then Fish123 will probably get to 14 because Endpoint will be on a full eco. Then again, it's Imi, and he loves his force buys.
Yeah, just like his force buys, of course, still waiting for that boost to come in. Mighty Max, ever so patient in this, and even if the boost doesn't come in, he still sees Robin. He's going to tap him forward. Oh, that's a bit awkward though. He's going to miss the shots, but actually does a little bit of damage and still gives away the idea that he's waiting, which for Endpoint kind of just puts them further in this box now of going, okay, hold on a second. We have the information, but how do we want to play off the back of that? Luzza going to peek out towards Pillar. Flash is going to go off, and that's going to make things a little bit more difficult for him. Keita just going to be there ready and waiting for a gap of his own. He finds that body shot on towards Mighty Max. Sliggy, the man from above, goes to the shoes, a headshot for him. He got a double kill. As Fish123 accelerate further.
13-10, and I mentioned before, Endpoint can have no money after being reset. 14-10 most likely. Unless a miracle can happen. We saw what happened with Scum versus FM. That was unbelievable, the amount of eco rounds that Scum managed to win. I think it was 4 full eco. No armor, right? No armor. They won 4 of 3 full ecos. It's ridiculous. Still though, Max towards B short. Fair play. Drive-by headshot takes down Roma, and actually that might force a rotation from A towards B. Instead though, Sliggy, he knows exactly what's going on. That smoke going down as well. Endpoint can head towards B short. It's down to Robin now to mop up these frags and really stack those. Had those stats. Stack those stats.
Long day, Hustlers.
What time is it?
Robin.
It is 10 past 11.
Double kill for him. Does find the frags right where they need to be connected. Putting Endpoint away with their advantage now. Back down to a pretty dark scenario where they just have to keep on pushing short and keep on allowing Keita and Robin to build up those scorelines. It is going to be Mighty Max, the last man to fall, gets himself another for his troubles in the process. But at the end of the day, those eco frags mean absolutely nothing. As it's 10-14, all to play for. Fish123 just 2 away from closing this out.
5 rifles. Who needs an AWP when you're CT side overpass? Fish123 again with the 5 rifles. No AWP. Robin was picking up the AWP on the CT side earlier on, but you know he's having so much success with the rifle. Might as well stick to your guns and stick to what's working. It's interesting though why Luz isn't picking up the AWP. I mean, to be fair, same goes both ways, right? If Luz has been playing well with the rifle, just stick to it. You're not seeing Max or Emi pick up the AWP. T-side AWP overpass is very difficult outside of pugs and, you know, low-level tier CS. Just because CTs, they don't play as aggressive as they do in less pressured environments, let's put it like that, or lower tier Counter-Strike. It's not as easy to get the kill towards the player toilets.
You just have a lot more openings, I think, in comparison.
Of course. All you can do with the AWP is really go you use it as a way to take control of the map, right? Take control of long, the long angles there. Control of mid as well. If the CTs do the smoke, which is by the stairs and toilets, you can actually look over it, spot the jump peak, those sorts of things. But it's very, very hard, and it's tiny margins to find entries for your team. The rifle's a lot safer, just because simply, well, going to those sites for the pushes towards site, a lot easier to trade with the rifle, a lot easier to push as well with an aim.
A couple of flashes here and there. Ezio going to be stuck over towards sandbags. That Molotov is going to begin to burn on through, and as it extinguishes itself, it will present an opportunity to begin to push. Meanwhile, Mighty Max action. 0-1 towards the site. Robin going to buy himself a lifeline, moves at the perfect opportunity to allow him to get that frag on towards Ezio in return. T-Sac holding tight on Transformer, and he's just going to do so much here as well. Ever so crisp yet again. As the CT side drop the hammer bit by bit, they get themselves closer and closer to shutting down that one. 15-10 now. Fish123 looking more and more dominant as this match goes by.
Yeah, Endpoint, 3,000 across the board as well. They're going to have to buy up here. And they buy Tech 9s. I mean, they could have bought UMPs potentially, but they're going to go for full utility, right? You've gone for a Tech 9 instead of a UMP. What do you get in that trade? You get nades. How are they going to use their nades? Are they going to go towards A? Flash angles, smoke off the front of toilets, get control of toilets, potentially go back down to connector, take control of that. Then later on into the round go towards B. I can see that being a good play. Problem is though, if you don't flash very well, Sliggy's Orp's going to decimate you. These rifles as well, the Tech 9 just doesn't give enough firepower for these long range.
Keita needs to be cautious about his back right now. Turns to the right at the best of moments. Timing being his saviour there as he takes down Lover. Ever so low though, this should be a trade, but he's going to be supported by Sliggy and that AWP, and that is going to save his life. That's amazing from him now, as T-Sac ready to one-tap Mighty Max, and that is going to be the end of this one pretty much. Unfortunately for Imi, there is no light, there is no flickering candle that says, you know what, maybe you could 1 versus 5 today, as there is 55 seconds on the clock, and unfortunately, as much as Scum caught me off guard, and I said it was impossible, that was a 1v2. That was 1v2 with no Kevlar.
Yeah.
No utility. This is much harder. A no scope from Sliggy is still to do.
I mean, just holding tab down. 2 rounds there for the T side of Endpoint. 9-2 was the scoreline in the second half.